I put the door up so you can see it better up, but I don't want to get the heat out.
Yeah, I don't want to get cold.
It feels pretty nice in here, don't it?
I'm not a big fan of winter. I am a big fan of the Stingrays and the Corvettes. It's about as pretty as cars come.
Well, this is a poor man. Guy was out asking 85 for it. I picked it up for 6.
That's less than I spent on my last riding mower.
You turn this up to temperature, and it starts turning colors. And I think it looks beautiful like that. I like that look. Now this here starts to tear. So what I'm going to do is get a new strap and cut this off right here at the edge, and then just take that collector box back a little bit further. Horsepower out right now. She's putting a lot of horses out now.
It was this one here, I do believe it.
There's probably either one of them because I had all of them on.
I think it was this one.
I had
last
that one
I
on,
saw.
that one, and I had that open on the top. And this thing here gives me the boast. It's the one with the open top on, but then I put this on.
And the air filter, is that like a K&N or something?
No, it's an Elderbrock, but what I did with it, it's gently customized. The Elderbrocks were always, see this part here? This is always up in the air. If you're a Christian, but I think it has a sinister rat rod look. It's not trying to look like a Chevy did.
(1993 to 97) version of the 5.7 liter 350 cubic inch LT1. Interesting things going on here. It's first of all, the engine's way up underneath the dash of the car. It's like almost an attempt to be mid-engine. Also, throttle body here, and so it's very flat on top. There's no carburetor, and you don't see any distributor, because that's the weak point of this engine. It's called OptiSpark. It runs off the crank way down in there. Anyway, because it runs off of the crank, it's below the water pump, and that's the flaw in the design, because if you have a problem with the water pump, well, then you got a problem with your ignition, because the water goes into the ignition, and the weep hole's not very good from what I hear. It's also, at least it doesn't have a plastic cover on the top. I hate those things. That LT1 badge, that's billet aluminum that I added. It replaced just a plain gray plastic cover, which covers the top of the intake to the throttle body there, where I put a aftermarket foil in front of the throttle body, which is supposed to add a few horsepower and smooth out the airflow into the throttle body. There's no badging at all on this. The LT1, as I mentioned, I added myself. I put in a chrome cover because other than that, this thing's screaming for a dress kit. As I said earlier, at least it doesn't have one of those stupid plastic covers on the top of the engine. Yes, K&N air filter, K&N cold air induction. Then you've got the air sensor here, which is an aftermarket unit from Granatelli Motorsports. And I've also added Hypertech tuning, which changes the timing and some of the parameters on the engine, which instead of changing the chip like you would on a Ford, you reprogram it by plugging the little gadget you get into the OBD port underneath the dash.
Needed a jump start. I don't see nothing leaking. No, other than the brakes. But she sounds good. I got her to finally idle right.